Hello there, just going to take you through a run through of how to set up all the visuals on a Sunday morning. So first of all, we've got the main switch to turn on just over here, just below the PA desk to the left. Once you switch that on, that'll power on the PA, and also it will auto power on the projectors. Then you should switch on all the lights, which are just on the panel there to the left of the desk. In the guide it will tell you which lights to switch on. Then go through and close all the blinds behind me on the left hand side, and the blinds at the back as well. And then after that you can start up the computer here. We recently upgraded the graphics card. Because of that, we now have a strange thing where when the computer starts, it beeps and we have to press F1, so bear that in mind when you come to it. Then get logged in as the Eastern user. While you're in this area, double check that the balcony TV just over here is on. And once you've done that, you can start setting up the cameras. So we now have a pan, tilt, zoom Logitech camera just sitting on a shelf down there, about the same sort of height as the top of the stage there. And then we've got an old cracked screen iPhone here, which can be used with this tripod just on the right over there to gain a side angle. Once you've got those plugged in and the iPhone turned on, the iPhone, you'll need to start up an app called IV Cam. So that's just on the right here. Once you've done that, then you can come to the computer. So I'll just show you a couple of things on the computer now. So on the computer, first thing, you can start up ProPresenter. I should say, before you've opened up ProPresenter, also open up IV Cam app down here, and that will activate the iPhone and the camera. So as ProPresenter opens up, we have a new version 7. If you're used to version 6, the layout is quite different, so I just wanted to take you through how it looks now and how to use it on a Sunday morning service. Okay, so let's start from top left and work our way down and across to the bottom right. So in the top left here we have our libraries. So first of all, we have our default library. In the default library is all Bible passages that we've had in the past, and all the songs that we have as well. So they're all located in the default library. Next, just under the default library, you have playlists. So for example, clicking this one will bring up the playlist for this date. And on that, once you've clicked on that, you will then see each of the items within the playlist. So you can have in there things such as the pre-roll and the post-roll. You can have in there videos, presentations, and of course the songs. So next, below that, we have the media section. So we have backgrounds, first of all. So if you want to put background to words, choosing the color wisely, of course, so that you can still see the words well. And you have stills, first of all, and then motions. We need to populate with some of those, and then some titles as well. Then at the bottom we have video input, so currently I have plugged in 2 cameras, so we've got the Logitech that I mentioned and the IV cam. So I've just clicked the Logitech, so you can see it's located roughly in the middle. And if I now load up the Logitech app down here at the bottom, it'll give us the chance to zoom in or pan left and right. Be aware that the left and the right are reversed from normal because the camera is facing in reverse. So if I were to go to zoom in now, then it will take us a little bit closer to the stage. And if I want to, up and down are still the same, so if I need to go up and down I can do that, and a little bit more of a zoom like that. We also have the side camera, which is being used to film me at the moment, so I'll just switch back to the Logitech. So there we have the media section down the left hand side. So then coming up to the middle section here, this will contain any media at all, so all songs and videos are all in here. And as you move down the playlist here on the left, you'll see the different items changing. So as you scroll down, you can see each file underneath each other here. And if you click the file, then it will change the item here on the right. So we can see if I click that, it will now start working through the notices here on the right. For the notices, I have a 10-second timer set up here in a slideshow. You can change the times here, but 10 seconds will do for us. And then of course I can shift to a video as well by just clicking play here, and you'll see on the video here it's working. And same again if I move across to any other item, as I click it, it will show up live. Next up the top we have a couple of slightly more advanced features. We have the props, which you can use to show that a name, for example, of who's speaking. So you can see there I've just pulled up Melina's name, and then you can make that disappear by clearing it. We have on the stage screen, if you want to bring up a message, you can do that and click show, and that will show the stage screen, and then you can hide that again like that. Also along the top here we have the Bible. If you search for any passage and press enter, the Bible will come up here, and you can, once you've got the Bible passage, you can click save as, and you can save it as a presentation, and then you can drag it. It'll be in the default library, and then you can drag it into your playlist. When you create the Bible passage, be careful to make sure that it doesn't have any Americanisms in it, and also make sure to check that it goes over the lines correctly and that there's no text missing at all. Okay, now we'll move on to the right hand side. So at the moment we have on the audience and the stage screen, they are both live, and they're live when you turn on ProPresenter by default, but you can turn them off by deactivating them like that. And now, even though you can see it in the preview screen, these won't be showing to the audience or to the stage. So the stage screen is just the TV on the balcony. The audience is everything else, so everything to the projectors and to the live stream. I'm just going to enable that again now. Off to the right hand side here is where we can now start our live streams. So this wasn't possible in version 6, but it's now possible in version 7. So starting, if I click Start Capture, it'll begin, and it's as simple as that. And you can have a look in the capture settings. This will be set up directly live to our YouTube channel there. It's filming at 1080p, 30 frames per second. So that shouldn't need changing. That will be remembered by default. You may have seen me click a couple of times between the different screens here. We have the projectors, which show an image, and the live stream, and the stage screen, which is slightly different, with including a clock. And when we have a video, then it will also show a countdown as to how long the video has left. On the right hand side here are the 7 different layers that make up what appears on the screen. So you have at the top audio, and then the messages, then the props, then the announcements, which we don't use, the slides for presentations, any media like the backgrounds, and any video input. So these start at the top and layer down. So anything at the top will show itself in front of anything below it. I'll show you an example of that in a moment. If, for example, I bring up the camera, set it back to the projectors, and then bring some words over it, you'll see because the words are a presentation slide, they appear above the camera in order. Okay, if you can clear things individually, so you can get rid of the slide there, or if you have both of them up, you can clear both of them by clicking Clear All. Next one we have down here is the audio playlists, and when you click into the playlist, you'll then get the songs as well. So just clicking that song will start the song. If I click the tune here, I can see that the song has started, and I can pause it or play it as I need to. Okay, so we'll now go through building a playlist for a Sunday morning. So on a Sunday morning, you create your playlist here on the left hand side and give it a name. Then you will add to it the pre-roll, which is what occurs before the service starts and enables us to have a countdown on the live stream. So you would start that by clicking on the slide and starting some audio over here, and that will give you slides and audio together. So we have a pre-roll. If we go into our library, we can find some songs. The search button can come up here. You can drag this around, search for it, and as you click and drag that into the playlist, that'll now be on the playlist. So if I click into the playlist now, you'll see the song there, song lyrics, All Creatures of Our God and King. And you can gradually build that up with songs and videos. You can click and drag videos in if you like. So on the desktop here, I've got a lyric video. I can click and drag that in here, and that'll now show up in my playlist. And you can also add in here a sermon presentation, which is essentially a list of images. And there we have the playlist built up together. So when you come to a Sunday morning and you are going to, you probably need to be here around about 9:15 to give enough time to get everything set up and to build this playlist. And at about 10:15, it's time to start the live stream. So we go to Google Chrome. We click the bookmark here for YouTube Studio, and that opens up the live stream straight away. Now YouTube is looking for ProPresenter to give it some content to go live, so nothing will happen until we click go live in ProPresenter itself. So before that, we're going to click edit. We're going to change the name here, put in the date. We'll be leaving this as public, but for the purposes of this test, I'm just going to mark it as private, and then click save. And then that's now ready. So we just need to go back to ProPresenter. We need to click the first slide in the pre-roll. We need to start the music, and then we can click start capture. Now if we go back to YouTube, we will see shortly that it has detected the capture and it is beginning a live stream, and there we go. It will now be going to the public. Okay, so now you've started that, you can work your way down through the playlist on the left hand side. So when it comes to 10:30, you would clear all the notices, and you would begin by activating the camera, and then the speaker would start speaking. And then if you need to move on to the next slide, let's say you're having a video, you can click that on the left here to get it ready, and then when the time is right, you can click play on the video, and that'll start playing the video. And then when you come back to the speaker again, you can clear the video at the end just by here, and as you'll see that the camera is still live there and waiting in the background. As soon as you clear this, the camera will activate again. So there you go, straight back to the speaker. So you can move down your playlist. We have other songs here, for example. When you start a song, you can have a background behind it, and you can just move through by clicking each slide like that. Then again, when you're finished, you can close that, and you can reactivate the video again for the speaker. So you'll move down throughout this process, just down the list on the left hand side, playing videos or moving across lyrics until you finally get to the post roll at the end. And if I just disable the slides that aren't useful, make sure to set up a 10-second timer. When you're ready at the end, you can click the thanks for joining us and start a song, and that is going until the end of the song. So once you're finished with that, you just need to, the service is finished and the songs have come to an end and you're ready to finish the live stream. You can come to the live button up here and click stop capture, and you will see that the video in YouTube is now stopped, and that stream will end itself after a short amount of time. And then the only other thing to do is to clear this and close ProPresenter, and all that remains is to go into the song database to add the date that the song was sung. So let's say we bow down and confess. Add the date in there, today's date. That helps us to keep a record of how regularly we use songs. And then if we go to this bookmark here for CCLI online reporting, that's for church copyright purposes. Then you can search for the song, and if you click report song, then if you put a 1 in in print, digital and record, and you can click add to report. And so if you do that for all the songs we've had today, then that's those officially reported to CCLI. And that's it. If you work down through the list, through the guide, then you can close down, turn off all the lights, open the blinds again, and eventually when the person on PA is ready, you can power off the main isolator switch, and then you're done. And that's it. Thanks very much.